Hey everyone, so I thought I'd show you my onions. I forgot to take a video of picking the onions because I just did. But anyway, if you remember from earlier this summer, you remember that I said that I'd never successfully grown onions. So I didn't plant a ton, but I'll show you what I got. Hold on, let me turn my camera. So this is what I got with my onions. And I'm actually super excited. I've never, like I said, they've never grown successfully. Now, at this point in time, I wish I had grown like 3 or 4 times as many onions as I did because they turned out so well. The purple ones were planted from seed, and I planted these way early on in the fall, or sorry, in the spring, like probably, I think we planted in March in little tiny cups, trying to get them to grow faster. These ones were planted using the little tiny onion bulbs, and obviously these, like this one's starting to grow again. I don't know, maybe I could keep it over the winter and try regrowing, I don't know, but if next year when I plant onions, I'll plant quite a few more, and I will plant from the bulb again rather than from the seed, because the seed obviously, I mean, none of them got very big. I think this is the biggest one. But anyway, and this isn't even all of them. I picked about, a quarter of them a few weeks ago, and I've used them in things like pickles and salsa and things like that. So anyway, I'm pleased with the success of my onions, and I thought I'd just share that with you guys. Alright, so the other thing I picked when I picked the onions was I finished picking the rest of my beets. So I was just going to show you, so I don't like, when I process my beets, it says to boil them whole, and I don't like to do that. I actually prefer to peel them and then cut them into whatever I'm going to use them size-wise. I usually do like cubes, and so what I'm going to do now is just peel all these into my bucket that I picked them in, and then I just take this bucket out and put it in my compost pile. Anyway, so I'm going to peel these really quick, and then I'll show you how I chop them. Alright, so really quick, I thought I'd just show you, this is the book that I use for all of my canning stuff. It's a great book. I'm sure there's probably a newer one. I don't know what the issue date on this one is, but anyway, if you are interested in preserving your own food, this has like freezing, canning, pressure cooking, all sorts of things. So it's a great book to have on hand if you have a garden or you have your own, you want to preserve your own food. Alright, so now that I have my beets washed and peeled, I'm going to cut them into chunks. So I'm going to cut these to about the same size all the way around, you know, all the pieces. One of the reasons I cut them is because the recipe says to use the same size beets to boil them, and it's like mine come in like this small size, giant ones like this, really small ones, so I don't really have anything the same size to put in the pot. And they cook at different rates, so that's one of the reasons I chop my beets and ahead of time, trying to keep them about the same size. So there's the beets. I am now going to cover them with water and cook them until they are tender, like poking a knife in it. Scoop it out, poke a knife in it. If it's tender, then I know it's ready. And then I will make my next set of pickles. Alright, so I just wanted to show you. So these are now cooked and they are ready for whatever you're going to do with them. So you could, at this point in time, put them in your freezer, like put them in a, I would do the vacuum sealer bags or whatever. freezer containers. These you can just like this, but I'm going to pickle mine. I used a gigantic pan because I thought I was going to combine them before I put them in my jars, but I'm not. So anyway, I'm going to pickle these. I already did some pickled beets. These ones are called spicy pickled beets. Not spicy as in hot, but spicy as in it has more spices in it. They tasted pretty good. So now I'm going to do these, and these are just called pickled beets, but they have a lot of the same spices. There's cinnamon and allspice and vinegar and things like that in them. So there's some options for cooking your beets and what you could make out of them. And there they are, my 3 jars of pickled beets. I'll be curious to know which ones we like better. So these have less ingredients than these ones do, but I don't know. These are spicy, these are just regular pickled beets. Anyway, we'll find out.